This video builds on another video called Impressing the Interview. And this one is really only relevant to someone who has done good preparation and who now wants to move up to a higher level of performance. This video deals with 4 tactics that a well-prepared person can adopt in order to hopefully really excel at an interview. So let's start with the first tactic, the silver bullet. Rightly in an interview, there is some matter that greatly concerns the decision maker. It can be anything. For example, if the person appointed needs to be innovative or have good attention to detail. The silver bullet in an interview situation is a factor that the decision maker puts big importance on. Sometimes it's disclosed, more often it's not. If you can identify this matter of huge importance for the decision maker, he can claim to have it in abundance. Doing this provides you with a huge advantage at interview. You can identify silver bullets in advance of an interview by talking to someone who knows the decision maker, and also at an interview by listening and watching very carefully. The second tactic that you can adopt is to focus discussion on the job. As much interview talk should be focused on the job and not on what you've done on previous jobs. Avoid going into detail about your past. Sum up matters succinctly and zero in on what you've done that's relevant to the job, especially factors that you believe set you apart from other people. In answers, remember to keep referring back to the job and linking strengths that you have to the challenges involved in doing the job and on succeeding within it. In answering questions, try to keep demonstrating your knowledge of the job and your knowledge of the factors that will deliver success in the role. The third tactic is to steer discussion to job problems, challenges, and solutions. It's one thing knowing that interview discussion is more successful when targeting on the job and on challenges within the job. Likewise, you might have identified the silver bullet. However, these insights are worth nothing unless you can steer conversation around to what suits you. You steer discussion around by referring in every question you answer to job responsibilities, how these can be best handled, and to challenges that are likely to arise, followed quickly by solutions that you believe will resolve them. So, at the very least, end most answers that you provide with a closing remark. And I think what I've just spoken about is relevant to this job because if you're doing a competency interview, we recommend that you use the STAR framework for answering, but a 2 R's STAR, with the second R standing for relevance and steering back to the job. Finally, the fourth tactic is to surprise the viewers with your insights and ideas about the job. Ability to do this comes down largely to preparation. If you really mind down to fully understand what the job involves and how it can be further developed, you can often move up to a whole different level at interview that almost ensures you will get a job offer. This different level of interview is where discussion starts back and forth across the table about the job, expected problems, and ways around these. No one is asking questions about your past anymore, and discussion has moved on to what you will do in the role. The best way of positioning yourself to do well in this kind of higher level interview is to have spoken to someone beforehand who really understands the job. We're now at the end of this video. If you have not yet watched the video Impressing at Interview, I urge you to do so. There's a link to it on the website interviewexpert.ie. And please remember, how you do an interview depends on how you prepare for that interview.